Have you ever had that moment when you're cooking and you take the first bite and the room is silenced because nobody is talking? That's this burger. My bacon guacamole burger combines fresh ground beef, smoky bacon, melty Swiss cheese, deeply caramelized onions, and a cool homemade guacamole. And honestly, I think this is the burger that we make the most at home. I really don't like doing dishes, so I try to do things as one pan as I can. So the first thing I'm going to do is cook the bacon. Once that's done, I'll take it off, cook the onions in the bacon fat, take those off when they're done, and then cook the burgers in that same pan before we put everything together. For the bacon, you can cook it in a skillet or in the oven. I'm gonna do it on the skillet because I'm only making 4 pieces because it's just me and Kevin. But if I were making more for a crowd, I would definitely do it in the oven. All right, I'm just cutting my onions in thin slices to caramelize. Okay, my bacon is looking almost done. I'm just going to take that off the heat and set that on the side. Once we take the bacon off, we're gonna put the onions on. So I like to have butter, my onions, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne, salt, all of that in there in the bacon fat. So we're going to heat that up, get those kind of frying just a little bit before we turn the heat down and let those slowly caramelize. Once those are done, we'll start with our burgers. I'm going to add some salt and let these cook for 10 minutes before turning the heat down. While the onions are caramelizing, we're going to make the guacamole because I love to have cold guacamole against the warmth of everything else on this burger. So I'm going to start making that. Okay, so I'm just going to put the avocado along with the spices, crunch everything up, put it back in the fridge, and let it cook. All right, I had 2 slices of red onion in the fridge that I'm just going to chop up to be in my guacamole. I might not need all of this, but I'm just going to chop it just to have. Evan is the resident guacamole maker, so I'm going to have him do this part. If you're making this ahead of time, use plastic wrap to press directly on top of your guacamole just so it doesn't turn brown in the refrigerator. For the best burger, I like to use beef that's around 80-20. That means about 80% lean meat and 20% fat. That fat is what keeps the burger juicy and flavorful as it cooks. Go much leaner and you risk ending up with a dry burger. Go much fattier and you'll lose more of it to the grill or the skillet. If you can, freshly ground beef is totally worth it. Grinding it yourself means the meat spends less time exposed to the air, so it keeps more of its fresh flavor and you get complete control over the blend you're using. Store-bought ground beef can still make a great burger, but if you're chasing the best possible burger, fresh ground gives you that extra edge. I'll link my video to grinding your own beef in the description box below. Every little choice adds up. None of these steps are difficult on their own, but together they're what turn a good burger into one that tastes like it came from a great restaurant. Second secret is to handle the beef very gently. We don't want to overmix this and work it like it's meatloaf. We really just want to use the bare minimum of shaping to get the burger patty into place because we want it to be tender and not over. The more you compact the meat, the denser it will be. So when you're forming it, try to put it into roughly a 4-ounce ball and then either smash it with your hands flat or you can use a burger press that just to make it an even size. Now it's time to form our ground beef into patties. So I've let the ground beef cool for a little bit just to make sure that my hands don't warm up any of the fat and make it start melting. So now I'm just going to form it into a rough golf ball shape and flatten with my little burger press. Got it formed into my ball. I'll use a little bit more. And I'm going to gently press down. Okay. Got one burger. I'm going to put it on this tray. Right before it hits the pan, we're going to season it with salt and pepper. Do not salt your ground beef until right before you're going to cook it, because we don't want any of that salt to make the proteins tougher because it is ground. Ground meat reacts differently than something like a steak because it's ground up, so it's more tender and it's more sensitive, I guess you could say. So we really want to just salt it right before we're putting it on so that we don't cause any damage to our meat. Make sure you preheated your cast iron or stainless steel before you put your burgers on, because you really want to develop that nice crust instead of having a gray sad burger. I like to cook my burgers on a medium-high heat for 5 minutes on one side, flip it, and then do the other side. That gives me about a medium temperature on my burger. If you want it cooked well done, you can do it about 7 minutes on each side, but I prefer mine to have a little bit of pink still in it. All right, our burgers are ready to go. I'm going to salt and pepper them and then cook them for 5 minutes on each side. So here you can see how nice they look. Adding pepper, seasoning side down. Okay, and putting them seasoning side down. Salting the tops, and then letting these just cook. Whatever you do, do not push your burger down with a spatula. All you're doing when you do that is pushing all the fat and the juices out of it. If it starts to kind of clump up like a mound, like where it's like a hockey, not a hockey puck, where it starts to kind of mound up, just kind of leave it like that. I know it's annoying when you're like biting a little bit of meat until you get to the center of a burger, but if you push all the goodness out, it's just going to be dry and it's probably not going to be that pretty of a shape anyway. So just whatever you do, don't push your patty down with a spatula. All right, about 2 minutes in, I'm going to top the ones we're going to have with cheese to let those melt. All right, our burgers have had 5 minutes on the other side. It's time to take them off the heat and let them rest. After we take the burgers off the heat, we're going to let them rest for about 5 minutes. All right, now time to assemble. First, you want to toast your buns just so they have like a nice toast on them. We don't want to do it too hard and make it like crispy, but just enough so that everything kind of is warmed up. You're going to put guacamole on both sides of the bun. Then you're going to put caramelized onions on both sides of the bun. Then you're going to put your burger with the Swiss cheese melted on top, on the bottom part. And then you're going to put the bacon, lettuce, and then put your lid on top. Okay, the first thing I have is my toasted bun. To this, I'm going to add guacamole on both sides. I like a lot of guacamole, but you can do whatever makes the most sense to you. Okay, then I'm going to do caramelized onions on both sides as well. And I love the mixture of the raw onions and the caramelized onion. Then I'm going to add the bacon, 2 pieces of bacon to the top. And then some of my lettuce. Now all that's missing is the burger. Alright, and there we go. We've got the bacon guacamole burger. Now it's time to take a bite. Once it's all stacked together, you can step back, take a look at your beautiful burger before you take a bite. And I will mention, this is a very big, tall burger, so you might want to like unhinge your jaw before you go after it. I know I'm gonna have to. Okay, and there we have it, the bacon guacamole burger. Time to unhinge your jaw and take a bite. Okay. Whoa. That burger is amazing. It's worth getting it all over your face and making a fool of yourself. So, if you make the burger, let me know in the comments how you liked it. And if you're looking for this recipe, I will have it linked below at theblusterandtheburrow.com. It's messy, it's indulgent, and it's exactly the kind of burger that takes an ordinary weeknight and turns it into something special. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you here to see all the rest of the things I'm going to cook on my channel. Please join me if you're looking for this in the description. Do not salt your ground beef. And see, okay. It's indulgent. If you like this,